Hello there everybody and welcome back to falmunction Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Only I'm not really playing this time. As an exception, this is one of those rare times where you'll see edited footage, still unedited voiceover but done after the fact, as you see me, well, missing with this bomb but still destroying Satan on this daily challenge, which inevitably gave me the 5 daily challenge win streak achievement, which we are still missing. We did also miss the 31-day daily challenge achievement, where you didn't have to do it all in one go. When it happened, I wasn't really ready to record it, so because I don't know, there must have been some games that, or some runs that didn't count or were miscounted. Never mind that. We did get it, and this, if you guys have seen my previous playthrough of Afterbirth, you know that what's about to come is basically just my proof to you that I did get 10 million%, which is the new 100% achievement for this game, even though it's multiple times over. Yeah, so just for you newcomers, what you have to do after you unlocked everything with all the challenges and stuff is that you also need to collect all the items that are necessary. Like, every item has to be picked up at least once, and therefore yeah, that can sometimes take longer than actually just getting to that item to begin with, you know, unlocking it. So yeah, there's, truth be told, a lot of items still missing, but most of them were from the booster pack, so I think I'm okay with that. Oh my god, this is almost a month ago. And here it is, the Cracked Crown. So all that remains now is collect all the items, and there are a bunch of them. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19 of them to be exact. They are shown as question marks on the item page, and yeah, the rest of this video is going to be showing off the runs that I had to do in order to get all those items. Because it took me around like 2.5, maybe 3 days to get them all. I didn't count the hours, but yeah, so a few sit-downs. And don't worry, I will condense everything to a manageable size. So expect a lot of fast forwarding, and also expect a lot of like graphical improvements from the mods that I'm using. They don't affect the gameplay at all, but as you can see, like, growth hormones are a different icon now. It helps if you've played the game for 1,000 hours to make it a little more appealing. Also, the music you're hearing right now, that's the Afterbirth soundtrack, so check that out. I should have a link in the description. It's a really great soundtrack. You should totally support the guy who made it. Mudeth? I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, the idea here is to get into greed mode. Because we have unlimited shop access, that should give us a lot of opportunities to get new items, and most item pools, I think, are presented in the greed mode shop. And of course, normal mode, since not greedy mode, that is, since you get bigger payouts, I believe, and easier waves. So yeah, as soon as you get the item you want, you just get however many coins you need and pick it up. And this is our first item, the mystery gift, which actually will help out a lot soon enough with the acquisition of other items. And lo and behold, here's another one, Bozo. Another one that we were missing. Of course, Little Haunt is not it, so we just keep on re-rolling until there's a little bit more on the line. Here, basically, I keep going just because I got a payout from the Demon Judgment really quickly. And that'll give me 1 free item to re-roll. Another chance, and yeah. Since we also have Super Bandage, it won't require me to pay too much attention to what's going on and still be able to, in the end, survive the horde mode. Right now, just going for those 15 cents, just in case. You guys know the drill. Spiders all over the place. It's still pretty rough even in greed mode, not greedier. So we get to on photo and we roll everything into the D100, which, as you guys know, may be one of the strongest items in the game. Probably, I would say. So I decided to keep on going and just re-roll everything. I don't know if I meant to do that. I think I want a key, yeah. So a few re-rolls later, as you can see, we've come quite far with this. Holy crap. That's another one of these items we were missing. I don't know if we had it before in the runs before here. Those eyeballs, kind of crazy, especially with Lump of Coal. They get huge. I think it's called Pop. But yeah, very interesting as a side note, and a lot of people suspect that, and I don't think I've ever heard confirmation on it. If you reroll into something, you will get credit for... Look at this shit. You will get credit for the items you reroll into. I checked. I knew there were items that I was still looking for, and I knew that I rerolled into those within this run, and afterwards they did show up in my completion tracker. So that's a thing I can actually confirm. Yeah, pretty OP. I also have Pyromaniac here, so I am utterly unkillable. And since it's ultra greedier, he will actually hurt me. Heal me instead of hurting me. So, pretty cool. It also shows you that grinding for items like this can still be fun. Usually when you break the game, first of all, it doesn't happen very often, but it also gives you like some really, really cool synergies as well. So let's donate here and have one last reroll for the road. Yeah, this one's pretty sick too. I don't even know, man. Alright, down to the next run. As we, I think, yeah, over here we have the school bag, which I think might be one of the best items in the game. One of the newest for sure, but also with some of the biggest breaking potential, I would say. But also, as you can see, we have our own little horsemen following around. They change shape as well. These are... Although, were they in the previous booster? Like the second one? The third one is the latest one, I think. And of course, we're still waiting for the fourth and final one. And truth be told, I am currently working on like one of the biggest Isaac guides I could ever imagine. I don't know if anybody's done something like that. Basically what I'm trying to do, or what my research is focused on right now, is I'm putting together a list of all the items in Isaac and ranking them according to how helpful they are in getting you through all the achievements as fast as possible. So yeah, it's a major endeavor, but I can't really make it definitive yet until that last booster is out, because those items in there could mess with the rankings completely and make certain items better or worse. So, but I'm really, really excited about the prospects of getting this done. And hey, speaking of getting things done, this is Trisagion? I don't know. It's weird, especially since we got it with Ludovico technique here. Basically, it turns your tear into a short-range brimstone. It's very interesting is how I would describe it. So why not see it in action right away? We got 29 damage, so if we keep it on top of an enemy, it does a decent amount of damage, but maybe not as much as I would expect with 29. I don't know. I need more experience with these items, clearly, since they seem like they could be really, really powerful, especially this one. I have similar thoughts on the pop item, you know, the one that turns your tears into eyeballs. Since they linger a lot longer than other tear-related items, and they honestly they behave like billiard balls, so you can make them clank together and then they go further or whatever. The problem is that they're a little bit too slow, usually. I don't know. Another one that needs more research, clearly, until I can make that one list. So yeah, Ultra Greed could be dying a little bit faster. However, what I really like is the rotating action on the Trisagion tier. Kinda looks like a fire extinguisher to me. And Ultra Greed is dead. We get to donate some more. Although I've been running these greed mode runs with Isaac quite a long time now, so at 20%, really easy to break the greed donation machine. Anyway, we're back on it with a chaos run that made us guppy right off the bat, which is pretty neat. We also have Steam sales, so get ready for some breakage. And one more, there we are. This is Death's List, a really interesting new devil item, and of course we see it here because we got Chaos on this run. Which basically rewards you for killing an enemy or a group of enemies in a certain order. Here's another fun one, Angelic Prism, which, again, another Chaos run, which combined with Sacred Heart should be really powerful, and as you can see, as long as you shoot your tears through the prism, they get multiplied into many different colors. Let's see it in action against the boss, though. Have a look. For the book, I think we also guppy again. Yeah. It is Sacred Heart, and Sacred Heart is always pretty powerful, but I can see some really, really awesome synergies on this, especially with technology items, or I don't know, maybe multi-dimensional maybe will make it like a, say you parse your own tears through multi-dimensional baby and then it hits the prism as well. I wonder what that looks like. But yeah, we're melting away at Greed, as you do. He goes down relatively easily right around now. And that 20% again, it breaks immediately. So I want you to just take a look at my item screens here. So I want you to remember this. We're only missing these 5 items right now. I have Greed, Delirious, Moving Box, Jumper Cables, and Broken Modem. These are the ones I'm missing, and this run that you see right here should be like a major victory for me because I break the game so hard. It's actually disgusting. We have a Steam sale, we have a really well put together D6 with a lot of items on the ground to be re-rolled over and over. It's pretty amazing, honestly, and it's about to get even more ridiculous. Of course we get a re-roll mark that's just inconvenient and annoying, so Let me do that real quick. However, so I was thinking at the time, we didn't have to go through the whole rigmarole and have to start up runs where you go for angel rooms in particular, since Delirious only shows up in angel rooms. And here it is. A school bag with the D6, with the D20, breaks everything. No chance of recovery. We are gonna get all the items in the game. That's what I was thinking. And it's true to a certain extent, and that's why I wanted you to remember the items that we're still missing. So, cue Chaos showing up here. Pretty much confirming my prediction. Charged Baby for even more charges. Then cut to a couple minutes later, and this is what your life is gonna look like. Yeah, we got 2, 4, 6 or so item pedestals in this room alone. We got Counterfeit Penny, and we're just generating even more and more and more and more. But the problem is, first of all, as you can see, there's going to be a lot of breakfast in the item pools because Chaos messes with that, and floors are getting crowded to all hell as well. So you're kind of just relegated to keep buying shit as soon as you find something that's not breakfast, and then re-roll in hopes of getting something new. That's basically what I've been doing the entire last 45 minutes, I see here. And the problem is, in the end, what I had to show for myself was not really helpful. At least for what I was going for. Like, if you were still missing Mega Blast, like right here, we just got it, but we already had it before. So, Alright, cut to the Ultra Greed fight, just to show you how it looks like. It's pretty nuts. This way I can also show up the, what's it called? Hemolacria item, where you shoot these like blood clots. See how fast we just beat Ultra Greed. Holy crap. So yeah, pretty awesome if you want to break the run, but the problem is we wanted to get Eye of Greed, Delirious, Moving Box, Jumper Cables, and Broken Modem. All we ended up getting, wait for it, is Broken Modem. That was 1.5 hours of work and nothing. So instead, I bit the bullet and started grinding those items out in a normal run each. So right now we're going for the shop items, and I'm taking the keeper because he starts with a shop key, that's it. So yeah, basically, I think what's going on here is that certain items, like Eye of Greed, Delirious, Moving Box, and Jumper Cables, they're just not in greed mode. They just don't show up because it would make the mode trivial. That's how you don't get items like, I think IV Bag you don't get in greed mode either. There's a few items that are just taken out because it would make it too easy. So yeah, we're just running through normal modes here to get Moving Box and Jumper Cables, basically. I'm not quite convinced that Delirious is not in the greed mode pool, although it could very well be because you just use it once and he dominates the entire waves. But I might be wrong. But the other ones, I'm fairly certain. I've never seen them in greed mode ever. And it will make sense because Eye of Greed will probably make you able to get infinite money as soon as you get it. Or Moving Box, you could just pick everything up in the shop and break the game that way. Although, I mean, just make it less likely to show up or something. Make it a special item for greed mode alone. Something like that. Anyway. So, This is not going to take very long, because all we just have to do is re-roll the runs, and we also get to donate some, which is always nice. Because who knows, maybe we'll need that money soon. Hint, hint. Says the guy who already went through the entire process. So yeah. Oh, okay, right. I forgot. This one I didn't even bother to include how the run started. But as you can see, with Ipecac, it makes the keep a lot easier to play because you can get Swallow Penny pretty much guaranteed at some point because you can just bomb everything. You get almost infinite money because you can bomb your donation machine infinitely. It's very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Also, if I remember correctly, I'll be showing off a kind of unique synergy with one of the new items in this one. Right around here, I think. Yeah, okay. Here's the Eyeball Tears item. Let me... yeah, I didn't want to risk that one. So get the health back. And with the Eyeball Tears, it actually makes Ipecac less dangerous to use, at least you're not gonna blow yourself up as easily. Because as you can see here, the bombs take a long time to explode. And here we just, you know, buy out the whole thing because we can keep re-rolling the shop with our infinite bombs. Unfortunately, they will make it possible to get re-rolls multiple times because they will just explode sort of on and off angle. There's broken modem, by the way, but we already have it. I do believe we get these items in here that we're looking for. Give it a second. Hive Mind is always nice. With restock especially, like, it's almost guaranteed. Smelter is always great as well, so we can keep Swallow Penny. And then roll some more. Almost there, I think. There's jumper cables. Really great item as well. Makes playing the Keeper a lot easier. Well, oops. I thought we were going to be on that run for a little bit longer, but apparently I got fed up with the Keeper. It doesn't matter. Probably I was like, I want to reroll these items, but I don't have the D6. Where? So yeah, here we are with Isaac. This is going to be our last segment, in which we get these 3 remaining items from 3 separate item pools, which is the worst of all worlds, obviously. We'll have to break the run in 3 distinctly different ways. But same principle behind getting Ipecac is with getting Epic Fetus, of course. Get all sorts of stuff for free, including the donation machine stuff. Although I am donating here because I was also gunning for maybe a chance at getting an Angel Run at the same time. It didn't pan out that way, but, you know, at least I took a chance. Did a dance. And so here is one of the things that, and here's obviously moving box, which we're gonna just get. And it'll help us tremendously in getting the secret room item I'm still missing, which is Eye of Greed, by using a thing that I hadn't really considered. There's a few items in Isaac that lets you just put things down, like item pedestals down into a room, like, as you see here, moving box. And this is already kind of nuts, because now we're re-rolling moving box into secret room items, because placing an item like this into a special room will make it so it gets re-rolled into items from the pool the room belongs to. So what I'm doing right here... Wait, do I have? Yeah, I do have the habit, so every time I use the donation machine I get another charge, or another 1/6 of a charge. So I was actually thinking of creating 2 item pedestals in the secret room here, you know, by having the donation machine, blood donation machine pay out with like a blood bag or whatever. So then we would have 2 item pedestals to reroll at the same time, which doubles our efficiency at clearing out all the other secret room items. But in the end, turns out it wasn't even necessary. Here it is, Eye of Greed. Which basically, if you hadn't seen it before, it makes it so your tears have a Midas touch effect. They can turn enemies into gold, which then can be shattered for more money. Anyway, unfortunately, that run didn't really give me anything else. So let me just remind you guys what we're still missing. It is only Delirious, which you can see here next to the eyeball familiar. So, you know what that means. Let's farm Angel Room items. Some of you guys definitely must have seen my Angel Room guide video. Basically what we're going to do here is get the goat head as early as possible. And I do believe cursed rooms show up next to the spawn room more often in hard mode than they do in normal mode, but I'm not quite sure. But so if you have any other info like that to confirm or deny, please tell me. But yeah, so create an item, re-roll it as much as you can, even though we would have died there anyway. Or just, you know, re-roll until it shows up just by itself. That's also a good way of doing it. So here it is, goat head. Which means we will get a guaranteed deal with something on the run if that is a possibility at all. So basement 1, the cathedral and chest or shoal in the dark room. And then obviously if you get an angel room, the room will still stay open so you can keep coming back and re-rolling items that you find in there. You can also, hopefully, if luck would have it, yeah, create another item in there to be re-rolled multiple times. Then bomb the angel statue to get a key piece dropped. You could get the key piece to increase your angel chances to the future, but truth be told, I think it's even more valuable to have another item drop in the room, which you can then re-roll again. You burn through those angel items pretty quickly in that way. That's all I'm gonna say. Unfortunately, our damage is not that great, so I was actually really tense throughout the entire fight. I didn't want to die with an amazing run like this that had everything to offer. So don't identify this item. This is not Delirious, this is Lil Delirium. Big difference. Honestly, by the way, if you had me choose an item that is better or more useful to your run, I'd actually say Lil Delirium is better than Delirious. So here, right now, I'm cashing out because I just got Duality. And yeah, I told you how tempting it would be to keep re-rolling the 3 item room all the time until you get what you want, but you might not get it, and you also might not get any more angel rooms on your entire run. What Duality does is, when you earn a deal, be it devil or angel, you will always also get the option to go to the other one. And since we have the goat head, we will always have the option to go to an angel room from this point onwards. And that's just really, really helpful for what we're trying to do here. So I think it was a no-brainer to go for Duality and not keep re-rolling. And lo and behold, another 2 item room, maybe 3? Let's see how often it lets you play it. These chests, yeah, sometimes they just give up. But this is still awesome, like 2 items in your angel room to have the opportunity to re-roll. It's just massive. And at this point, I was 100% confident I would get my 10 million % achievement on this run. Which is great. Like, you know your hard work is paying off. As long as you don't die in the process, that is. Oh boy. So yeah, I almost forgot to mention, we can still make it into a 3-item deal with the angel by bombing the angel statue and getting our coveted key piece, which actually is useless to us, but we can reroll it, so that's fine. And I'm actually struggling, like, the run offensively is pretty bad. So therefore I was like, oh, put down your bombs, you're not going to use them for anything else. And he has Angelic Prison if we didn't have that already. On top of all that, we also have 2 Temperance cards, which if we had the patience we could just keep playing until we get another freaking item pedestal out of those. But honestly, I was just doing that to min-max, because I could at this point, because, as you'll see here, there it is. Delirious. In all its frickin' glory. We finally did it. Here's the seed if you want to see for yourself that this is a 1,000,000% run. I took a screenshot and I had a look into my Steam profile. I clocked in 1,259 hours into this game to get to this point. So yeah, these are all the items in the game, guys. Again, there will be more in the next booster pack, and I hope to see you there when it hits. There'll be more tutorials, there'll be more guides. See you then. Bye-bye.